Okay, string functions, splitting, arrays, a lot's come at you lately. So let's talk about it, see some examples. I'm going to import a scanner so that I can get some user input. Okay, and now down here I don't want that, so I'm going to replace that. This is where all the action is going to happen. So I'm going to build a program that's going to say system. So this is me asking the user input sentence. Okay, and now I want to get that sentence. I'm going to take it as a string. So I'm going to call string, I'm going to add any name I want. It's input and it's a string, so S in. How about that? S stands for string, in stands for input. And I type, oh, I forgot to actually make my scanner object, so I need to make a scanner object. Let's call it S equals new scanner, and the information is coming from the system input. Now I'm ready, so I type S dot, and then I want to get a string from the user. So I do that like that. Okay. So now, just to test it, to make sure that everything's working the way I think it is, it's a good idea to do that once in a while when you're writing big programs. I'm going to output to the screen S in. And if this works, it should just echo whatever the user types. So I'm going to run the program. It should say input a sentence, and I'm going to type hello, how are you? Hit enter. Okay, so it's working the way I thought it would. Now, what I want to do is I want to display the split function. So the split function is going to split up a sentence. So I'm going to take input, and I'm going to say I want to create a string array. That array is going to be it's going to result in a whole bunch of different words. I'm going to store it in one variable called, I don't know, string, sorry, array of words. How about that? So this is my variable name, and it is going to be whatever sin.split yields. And so I'm going to put the space there. So what that means is I'm going to take sin, I'm going to split it based on the space character, and the x number of resulting words are going to be held in this array called a words. So I don't know how long it's going to be. It depends on the sentence that the user types in. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for int x equals 0, x less than a words dot length, because again, I don't know what that value is going to be. I can't just type a number. I'm going to increase the value of x. Now, if I run this and I do this, what's going to happen when I do that is I'm going to ask for user input, and I'm going to type a sentence, hi, how are you? And I hit enter, and it says 0, 1, 2, 3. So I printed out x. So that is basically the number of words in the sentence. 0, 1, 2, 3. So printing out x is just going to print out the index, the value of the loop as we, or sorry, the value of the index, the x value, as we iterate through the loop. What I really want to print out is, a words. I want to print out the array, but I want to print out the xth value of the array. So the first time through I should get the 0th word, and then the first word, and then the second word, and then the third word, and then it will stop because that is the length of the array. The length of the array is 4. And I know you're thinking, wait, I thought it was 3. The length of the array is actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're going to continue this loop until x is less than 4. So it will never, x will never actually get to 4. So I run this. Hi, how are you? And it spits out each word, just like that. Now, we also can do this backwards. Instead of starting at 0, we can start at a high number. So I just told you there are there are 1, 2, 3, 4 things in the array. But in terms of the array index, we treat this as the 0th item. This is the first item, the second item, and the third item. So I'm going to put a 3 here, and I'm going to start with x at 3, I'm going to say as long as x is greater than or equal to 0, let's now go down. So what's going to happen here is we see them in reverse order. However, that is not good programming, because what if somebody were to, put in this kind of thing where you type in, hi, how are you today? I like your hair. Enter. Uh-oh. And that's because we only told it to go to this length. So we have to put in a words, which is the array, dot length. Now I'm going to run this, and I'm going to get an error. So just proving that I meant to do this. We'll go back to hi, how are you? Enter. Error. And the error is because, remember, this value is actually 4 in this case. But there is no fourth index. So I have to start at the length minus 1. And now, when I run it, we will see, hi, how are you? Enter. There we go. Now it's printing backwards. Okay. So the split function, just to show you, because it's hard sometimes to understand with words, if I debug this instead and I put a breakpoint there, and now I have to go to, there we go. I gotta find where to put the sentence in. I type in, hello, you look great today, and I hit enter. You can see the string is hello, you look great today. Remember, a string is a string of characters. So it's just one big, long string of characters. It's characters in a row. And now, as soon as I run this line right here, so I'm going to run this one line, I'm going to execute this one line of code, here we go. And now if I hover over a words, you can see a words is not just a string. It is 5 different strings. In this case, hello, you look great today. And the reason it looks like that is because we told the program to split the user input based on the space. So the 0th entry in the array would be hello, and then the next one would be you, the next one would be look, the next one would be great, the next one would be today, and the spaces are all gone. They don't count in anything. And that's how that works. So we get this structure, this array that has a length of 5 things. So remember, a string array is an object that holds multiple strings. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5. And then what we can do is we can use loops to go through the array and kind of access all of the different spots in the array. And we can, in this case, spit them out to the screen, but we can also, do things like check to see if we can find a certain word, or turn everything to uppercase, or whatever it is you want to do. So that's the split function and how it works in conjunction with arrays.